One sec, it's just. I ordered the voucher cookie. What's on yo? Okay. So I'm like currently reading, and it just came. Just a thought. So I'm gonna read this, but before I read it, I just want to get, I guess, my point across about how something looks pretty and how something is made to look pretty when it's not, just to trap you, and could get the best of people. And it's easy to get people to do things, especially in our generation nowadays, because we're so trendy. So if you lack the knowledge of something or how it's affecting, because you don't realize that it's affecting you, it's easy to trap you. And so when I was reading, I'm not gonna read it. It was just, advice about avoiding the adulteress. So at first when I read it, I wasn't offended because I was listening to what the girl is saying, and for me, I'm just like, she's clearly spitting BS to this man. She has no remorse for how she's talking to this dude. Whatever. I'm just gonna read it. Okay. Can you chill out? Okay. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my laws as the apple of thine eye. Thought that was cute, but whatever. Bind. I'm laying down. Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. Say unto the wisdom, stop. Thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. So basically saying, you should be real close to wisdom. In previous chapters, you should be seeking wisdom, and once you have it, you should always be really relatively close to it. Like that. You should always be seeking understanding. Not your own, though. Your sister is relative, connected to you for life, even if one of you guys die. So that's how I look at it, I guess. That they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger, which flattereth with her words. So, having wisdom tends to keep you, even stated in previous chapters, out of a lot of things that could get you in trouble. So, having wisdom can avoid a lot of things, a lot of problems. And in this case, they're talking about keeping from the strange woman, from the stranger, which flattereth with her words. Because this section is talking about adultery, they're using adultery. They're using a woman as a symbolism, I'm assuming, is what this sounds like. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So then the person speaking goes on the story. We're at the window of my house. I looked through my casement. I looked up the definition of casement. It's basically a window on a hinge, and it's just a very clear window. It kind of opens like a door, is what it said. But it's a window. You're able to see a window, okay? And beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding. When someone's void of something, void means empty, right? If they don't have understanding, is basically. So a young man with no understanding. But just to not say something wrong, void, not valid, legally blind. Okay, I'm gonna write that down actually. Meaning you can't see. No clue. So if you can't see of understanding, this person has no understanding of what's going on. He's young on top of that. Passing through the street near her corner, assuming her is what we're talking about. The woman in this story, basically saying he's near committing adultery. And he went the way to her house. So, literally speaking, there's a man going to a woman's house. Figuratively speaking, this man is probably in a situation, this young man is in a situation where he's probably close to committing adultery. Adultery is sex before marriage. So he's probably Netflixing, chilling with this girl, or hanging out with a girl. Sorry. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. So nighttime? Typically this takes place at nighttime, I'm assuming? Because normally that's when the devil tries to attack you anyway, during the nighttime. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot, and subtle of heat. Heart? That says heart. Oh. Y'all like them hoochie dressing girls. She dressed like a prostitute, basically. I've never seen a prostitute in real life. Maybe. I think I have, actually. So she's dressed like a harlot. Basically, she's dressed seductive. She's dressed sexual. Yeah, I don't... The way it's spelled is subtle, S-U-B-T-I-L, but I think they mean subtle. And the amount of times I've searched up the definition of subtle in this past few days, they have different definitions. One's clever, one's delicate and difficult to analyze or describe, delicately complex, crafty or cunning. Clever, delicate, precise. Of heart. Being that she's trying to trap this person, it's probably in this case the definition of her being clever or cunning, which is something basically meaning like a person's basically trying to be slick. Simple as that, I guess. I keep saying I guess because I don't want to like speak of something as truth if I'm wrong in interpretation. This is just how I feel like I'm interpreting this. Not how I feel like. This is how I am interpreting this. But I'm not claiming myself to be right because there's a possibility that I'm missing something. Even if I'm sure I'm probably somewhere near the interpretation of this. But just in case, if I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to like false represent anything. Which is why I keep saying I guess. Anyway. She, and then in parentheses it says she is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. If you don't know what stubborn is, I'm sure you know what loud is. Producing much noise. Stubborn. Having a strong dog determination not to change one's attitude. Especially in spite of good argument. Loud. Having a lot of noise. Probably really present if you're loud. Stubborn. You have no will to change. Even if there's a good argument that you should. So this person is loud. Very present. With no will to change. Her feet abide not in her house. So her feet doesn't accept to be in her house. Now is she without. Now in the streets and lieth in wait at every corner. So Shorty's like Walgreens. She's at every corner waiting for you to stop by. So, in other words, I kind of think of like demons in this case, of trying to trap you at every chance they can get, using this kind of way. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent means not showing respect that's due to the person, face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day I have paid my vows. So she got a hold of this boy, and with no care or respect for this man, she just spits her game. I have peace offerings with me. This way I have paid my vows. This day I have paid my vows. Peace offering is something I think in the church in the back of the day, they offer up to God for peace. It's literally just that straightforward. So I guess she's trying to convince this man that she has these things. Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. So she's saying that she's looking for this dude. She's telling him I look for you. And then she says, I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. Okay, at first, like, I have a tapestry over there, right? So a tapestry. You can see it, that little girl that normally is in the background of all my stuff. It's like a piece of artwork on a cloth. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see it. Let me just get out of my bed a little bit. Look, you see her? You see the cute little girl? Sort of. At some point I'll show it probably. It's like the little cloth of art. That's the main thing I paid attention to at first, because it's like I have one. But she has decked her bed with coverings of tapestry, so she has like little art pieces. Then with carved works. At first when I read it, I just kind of missed that part, the carved works part. Like, okay, whatever that is. But now I'm reading it again. And I'm thinking about how carved works reminds me of how other parts of the Bible talk about like imageries and just basically like idols of like how people worshipped things, and normally they worshipped carved like things. Like they would carve out little no, they would carve out these little like, why am I blanking on the word? They carve out these little like objects that they typically use for like adult like idolatry. I can't find the words, but I'm sure somebody knows what I'm talking about. When people would carve out images to praise. That's what that makes me think of now. And then with fine linen of Egypt, that makes me even think about that more, because Egypt was a place that God sent his people out of because they were doing stuff like that. And it's like Egypt is a very pretty place. Don't get me wrong, like it's beautiful, but they worshipped a lot of weird gods and a lot of things wrong with the people of Egypt. So her saying that, whatever, it's just already like rereading it now. It's like, oh, this is probably a red. Like I didn't realize the first time reading it, but now it just seems like this is a red flag. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. So it's just like when I first read that, I was just like, oh, she's trying to like really sell up this man. Like, is she trying to make it sound pretty? Like, this sounds cute, you know? Because in the moment, those were like luxuries, right? Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves, right? For the goodman is not at home. He is gone a long journey. First off, wait a minute. Inspector. Solace apparently means comfort or consolation in a time of distress. So come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us comfort ourselves in the time of distress with loves. So that alone, I probably should have been searched up the definition. It's basically her saying, get rid of your problems and your sadness through sex. And nowadays in this generation, people don't even have sex with their married spouses because of reproduction and love. They do it to get rid of the problems that they're literally just creating more problems with. Because sex doesn't get rid of your problems, but a lot of people use it to do so. And here this girl is saying, yeah, let's do it. Like she's upselling this idea that it's okay to not only if I'm reading the next one, it says for the goodman is not at home, assuming that I don't know. For me, I thought she was stating she has a man, like, and you are willingly telling another man, my man ain't home. Let's go screw. That's what I first read it as, which is already like, that's already a problem. But come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. Like, that's not. What? I don't know. Bruh. Okay. He had taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. With her much fair speech. No, he has taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. So either, I'm just saying what comes up for me. I always have to reiterate that. Instead of thinking about it of her saying my man is at home, or like he gone, he finna go somewhere, he come back in a day. This time when I read he's taking a bag of money, I thought about it more of like, or I'm thinking about it now more of like a withdrawal, like a price to pay. Because like she's saying that like you're agreeing to this, we're about to do this, and I don't know, it just feels like that's the catch. Like you're gonna get something taken from you or price to pay when this occurs. Which technically is true, because you are. If you read beforehand, like the previous chapter, there's a section where it literally says, "But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroy his own soul." So that technically is the price you're paying. But okay. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield or stop. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. So it sounds cute. She's convincing that this will take away your problems. It's cute. It sounds fun. It sounds convincing. He goeth after her straightway. So he's chasing her. Or he follows her. He's giving in to this. As an ox goeth to the slaughter. Basically, that's a setup. That sounds like a setup. Or as a fool to the correction of the stocks? Question mark? He goeth after her as an ox go to the slaughter. So just going, not knowing you about to be killed. Or a fool to the correction of the stocks. What's a stock? At least in this term. It only gives me like the financial one. Goods, merchandise kept for sale. Raw material. I don't know. I don't get that part. Till a dart striketh through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare. And knoweth not that it is for his life. So basically getting attacked. Strike, okay. I'm gonna search up liver functioning. Every time I search up stuff now, it's like it doesn't give me what I'm asking for, and it's kind of annoying. I searched up apple this morning, like the significance of an apple, and I was looking for the nutritional value, and it gave me instantly the symbolic value. And it's like I was getting to that, but I didn't need you to give me that. The liver removes toxins from the body's blood supply, maintains healthy blood sugar levels, regulates blood clotting, and performs hundreds of other vital something, because I didn't click on the link. So, you need liver. The fact that I'm trying to see what it, like, this is pissing me off. What is liver function? And it didn't give me this first, and that's a problem. Whatever. So it's something, a lot of like relation to your blood, removes toxins, and if you have a strike to your liver, then you are probably susceptible to toxins, which eventually will kill you. Blood is a very, I guess, strong symbolism. It's the things that kind of like, because you need blood for everything. A lot of the things that function in your body requires blood, which is why you die when you lose a lot amount of blood. It also transports oxygen and nutrients to the lungs and tissues. So tissues, yes, your lungs, how you breathe, Wookie, how you live. Because you need blood, which also transports oxygen, which is something your brain needs. So blood has a lot of control over a lot of your functionings. And if you are messing up the one thing that's making sure that you have clean blood, that would be a problem. Till a dart strike through his liver. That's crazy. That's scary. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her paths. The best of is saying, try not, like, don't fall down this path of adultery. Don't do that. Don't sleep with someone. It puts a lot of toxins in your body that you don't realize. And in this case, if you don't know, this is not for everybody, because as many times as I said this as a kid, sex creates soul ties. And there's so many people in my face that'd be like, I don't believe in that. And it's just like, okay. I've seen friends become a different person because of it. Like, you couldn't convince me otherwise. So the people that do believe that sex creates soul ties, don't do it before marriage. It's already like, you're already taking on someone's spirit when you sleep with a person. You're already taking on whatever problems they have, you now have, right? That can be very toxic. Especially if they don't have a relationship with God. Especially if they don't have a relationship, a good one with God, or just at all. With like healing and just awareness. Not saying that you can't get soul ties other ways, but that's like the easiest, most dangerous one to do. So try to go far away from that path is what this person is telling the young ones, because they pointed out in this section like young people, youth. So I feel like they're way more susceptible to doing this, and you see that in this generation now because everyone's so trendy. Everyone just wants to, forgive me for saying this, but fucking flee. Like, that's exactly what it is. Like, no one wants to deal with the healing. No one wants to think of consequences. They think it's cute to do it and then just get away physically from the person. But in reality, you're not doing that. It's just you're being trapped on purpose because it's known that you don't have an awareness. For she hath cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. A lot of people fall into and give into the spirit of lust. You could probably be the most wisest man on earth, and there's somebody, they still struggle with that part in life. It's really hard to not give into that. Trust me. Even myself, like, it's very hard not to, like, think about it, to be around it. Like, it's harder than what it seems. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Keep doing it. You gonna go to hell. Like, it's an open way. It's definitely a way to get there. Yeah. I have to read this final chapter, but I couldn't fathom it. Like, it pissed me off reading it, and, like, I just wanted to clarify that. So now I'm gonna read the last chapter to myself. And then I gotta go actually be a student in life, and because it's 11. Oh my goodness. I woke up hours ago. So that's all. That was my TED Talk or whatever. Thank you for listening. Bye.